You walk into your garden on a sunny Saturday morning, coffee in hand, ready for your weekly weeding ritual. You spot something green poking through the soil, something that wasn't supposed to be there. Your immediate instinct, pull it out, right? Well, stop. Because what you're about to destroy might be worth more than gold. Today, we're revealing which so-called weeds in your garden are actually nature's secret superstars, and why pulling them out could be the biggest mistake of your gardening year. Stick around as we uncover the botanical truth that gardeners have been missing for generations. For centuries, gardeners have been at war with their gardens. Every weekend, billions of people around the world engage in an ancient ritual, hunting down unwanted plants and ripping them out without a second thought. But here's the thing. What if we told you that you've been playing the gardener's game all wrong? What if the enemy you've been destroying is actually your most powerful ally? This isn't a conspiracy theory. This is botany. You see, nature doesn't work the way we've been taught to manage it. Instead of fighting against the plants trying to grow in your garden, what if you learn to recognize which ones are actually working for you? Think about it. For thousands of years, indigenous peoples and traditional farmers worked with nature, not against it. They understood something modern gardeners have forgotten. And now, permaculture experts and soil scientists are rediscovering these ancient truths, proving that the most successful gardens aren't the ones with the most control. They're the ones that learn to cooperate with nature. First, let's decode the mystery. These uninvited garden guests are called volunteer plants. Think of them like party crashers, except instead of eating your snacks, they're actually improving your home. Volunteer plants are basically plants that show up in your garden without an invitation from you. They arrive through multiple pathways. Seeds fly in on the wind like botanical tourists. Birds drop seeds through their droppings. Water flows them in during storms. And sometimes, ancient seeds that have been sleeping in your soil for years suddenly wake up and decide it's their moment to shine. Now here's where it gets wild. Most gardeners see these uninvited guests and think, weeds. But botanists and permaculture experts are saying something completely different. They're saying, hold up, this might be exactly what your garden needs. The plants that naturally volunteer to grow in your space often do so because they're perfectly adapted to your local soil conditions, your climate, and your specific garden environment. Nature, it turns out, is an incredibly intelligent designer. When a plant shows up on its own, it's usually because that plant knows something about your garden that you might not. It's like your soil is sending you a message, and these volunteer plants are the translation. Let's meet the real heroes of your garden, plants masquerading as weeds. First up, dandelions. Most people see dandelions and declare war. What they don't know is that dandelions are like the multivitamins of the plant world. Their deep roots break up compacted soil, improving drainage for everything around them. Their flowers feed pollinators. Bees absolutely love them. The leaves are packed with vitamins C and K, and here's the kicker. Dandelions have been used in traditional medicine for over 5,000 years. Yet your grandpa probably spent $50,000 on lawn services to kill them, while organic farmers are literally paying for dandelion seeds. Plot twist, right? Next is clover. Here's some plant magic. Clover has a secret superpower. It pulls nitrogen directly out of the air and pumps it into your soil. This process, called nitrogen fixation, means your soil becomes naturally more fertile. Other plants grow stronger around it. You save money on fertilizers. And pollinators go absolutely crazy for it. Farmers have known this for centuries. They plant clover specifically to regenerate depleted soil. When you pull it out, you're literally pulling out nature's fertilizer. Then there's chickweed. It looks delicate and out of place, but this humble plant is doing serious work. It prevents soil erosion, stops worse weeds from taking over, improves soil structure, and it's actually edible and nutritious. It's basically your garden's loyal bodyguard, protecting the foundation while you're not paying attention. Plantain is another mystery worth investigating. Not the banana, the plant that looks like it shouldn't exist. Yet it contains compounds that can soothe skin irritations and support respiratory health. Indigenous peoples have used this for thousands of years, and modern herbalists still swear by it. You literally have medicine growing in your garden. Finally, purslane. This succulent-looking weed is actually a superfood. It has the highest omega-3 content of any leafy green. It's rich in antioxidants. It's used in Mediterranean cuisine. And here's the bonus. It's incredibly drought-resistant. You have gold growing in your garden and you've been trying to kill it. Here's where it gets serious. When you obsessively pull out every plant that isn't on your approved list, here's what happens to your garden. Without plant roots holding soil together, it washes away. That's erosion. You remove nitrogen fixers and nutrient providers, causing depletion. Without anything to break it up, soil becomes hard and lifeless. No flowers means no bees, which means no pollination, which means your plants don't produce fruit or seeds. Your garden becomes a monoculture, essentially a biological desert. And when you kill predatory insects' habitats, actual pests thrive. It's like organizing your house by throwing everything away. Eventually, you're left with an empty room. Nature works through balance. When you disrupt that balance, everything falls apart. Enter permaculture designers. These folks looked at traditional gardening and said, what if we stopped fighting nature and started working with it? The results? Mind-blowing. Instead of monoculture rows, chemical fertilizers, and constant weeding, they created polycultures with natural nutrient cycles and strategic volunteer plants. The outcome? Gardens that require 70% less maintenance, produce more food, support thriving wildlife, and build soil fertility over time. One permaculture expert said, "The best gardeners I know have stopped calling them weeds. They call them volunteers, and they're thriving because of it." Your grandpa's garden required lots of effort and constant vigilance. A permaculture garden, less work, more abundance, naturally beautiful. So here's what we've learned. That weed in your garden might be feeding pollinators, fixing nitrogen, preventing erosion, providing medicine, or offering food. By pulling everything, you're depleting soil, killing beneficial insects, and creating more work. The secret to an amazing garden isn't control, it's cooperation. Next time you're about to yank out a weed, pause. Ask yourself if it's hurting or helping. The best gardeners learn to work with nature. Drop a comment telling us what volunteer you just realized might be helping your garden. Subscribe for more gardening secrets. Thanks for watching and happy growing.